meeting has been provided as is required by Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, with respect to the Home News Tribune to publish the same. This announcement must be entered into the minutes of the meeting. For those attending today's meeting, please be aware that all board meetings are recorded via audio. Roll call, Maria?
Chairman Engel?
Here.
Commissioner Frank?
Present.
Commissioner Katz?
Here.
Commissioner Moskowitz?
Here.
Commissioner Benjamin?
Here. All right, we're here to look at that.
Okay, I have some hope for commissioners here that are, this spin is not cure letters, so we can do them individually like last time. I have incomplete bearer portion, no ballot enclosed, bearer exceeded limit, in with provisional bags, moved out of county, sample ballot enclosed, exposed no certification, and no identification provided.
May I ask, when you said it was the only ballot enclosed was the sample ballot? Because it was, it wasn't that it was the sample and the regular?
No, it was a
Just
sample
checking,
ballot.
thank you.
Move that we reject all of the ballots listed in the categories named.
Second?
Second.
Roll call on that, Maria, please.
Chairman Engel?
Yes.
Commissioner Frank?
Yes.
Commissioner Katz?
Yes.
Commissioner Moskowitz?
Yes.
Commissioner Benjamin?
The next category are cure letters. This category is printed signatures and missing signatures.
Printed signature, and what was the second one?
Missing signatures.
Well, the missing, are they printed signatures? Have we confirmed that their actual registration is not a printed signature?
Yes,
So,
these are the ones that you normally.
no, I know.
vote for.
In other words, their specimen signature that we have is an actual sign?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, I'll move to reject the ballots in those two categories.
Second? Roll call, Maria?
Chairman Engel?
Yes to reject.
Commissioner Frank?
Yes.
Commissioner Katz?
Yes.
Commissioner Moskowitz?
Yes.
Commissioner Jallo?
Yes.
Commissioner Benjamin?
Yes.
Yep. So now we're looking at signature does not match.
Yeah, see.
Good, yeah?
Debating. I don't think it's a no. Move to reject.
Is that all?
Yeah, we're just,
Yeah,
unless
we're
someone
just-
objects to Right. someone, if
Okay.
someone says to reject it, unless
Okay.
somebody,
I always stand up and
yeah,
scream.
well, at least say, let's look at it.
No.
No.
Reject.
Hold on a point.
No.
No.
Goodness.
Oops. What was that name?
The name is Dorothy Pearson. She
Oh,
has an
okay, it came up.
assistant.
Never mind.
She has an assistant.
Sister?
A sister.
A sister.
She signed it.
We have to
Yes,
reject that.
Well, rejected because of the assistant, because it looks like the same person signed it.
No, the sister signed where the signature was, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because, okay.
What?
Okay, no, it's okay, wait,
Oh.
we did move it, she was showing them.
Oh, okay.
Reject.
Is that the name? Okay. Oh,
This
I
is,
can't. Oh,
okay.
Reject.
It's in Chinese and
Oh, wow.
Okay. Not, so, the one on the right is the one.
Yeah,
No.
Well, hold on.
It has to-
Parentheses
The
there.
last letter,
He has to
the
sign
P
it.
thing or whatever that is,
You can see it in the middle.
but the squiggle line doesn't go.
And then he signed in ink, whatever it is in English, right?
Somebody.
His name is in
That
English.
looks like his handwriting.
Yeah.
You can see the
P
middle.
looks
You
consistent.
see it?
I can't even tell you
It just
the
may
name.
not
The
recall how
middle
he
one.
signed
I
it
think
on
I
the
think
thing.
that was,
Yeah.
I think
And
yeah,
then it
he close
matches
to
that.
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
The last, whatever that last thing is?
Yeah.
Can you put the other, can you make it down a little bit so it
Are
looks
there
like
any
it's
other-
a check?
Are there any,
What?
No,
other-
the
Me?
other one.
Me?
You can't.
No.
Chart? No, it's cut off and
Okay.
scanned in.
are there any other specimen signatures for the vote?
Any sample of samples, Chart?
Let me see.
Sounds like a spelling bee, margin of the word,
Here's the name, can you say the name?
No, nothing else. Nothing else.
I make a motion to keep it.
Except,
I agree.
I
would
only,
keep
I
it.
see a sort of a P like it, but that's it.
That's what I see the
P
page.
and a Z.
so it's an accept?
I don't know, let's see.
Did you second that?
I second it. Okay. You think,
I
no?
reject it.
Reject?
I think I would too.
Are we
Reject?
doing it?
Yeah.
Figures?
Send a cure letter, right?
Yeah, no, that page.
No?
I couldn't pull up that.
I'm gonna go. if I'm
It
the
doesn't
last
look like
one.
it to me,
Yes,
but that's okay.
you have to be
Well,
the,
let's don't do 3-3, guys.
we don't want it, right? That's what I'm saying, we don't want it to be 3-3.
But even if you look at the P, if we're looking at the P as the best thing, there's a turn to the right on the registration, and it's just a straight down on the left. So it's not identical anyway, even for that one letter. And the others
The
are.
last name, the last name, the P and the squiggly down looks like a.
Right there?
Yeah, that looks the
Yes.
same as the one on the, that
That's,
looks the
I
same.
was
Right.
saying, that's the only thing that looks
I feel
similar.
like the Z
But
is the
look at
same.
the bottom, look at the tail of the P on the right and the tail of the P on the left.
It goes like
It's
that.
a curve on
And
the
this one
right.
goes
Oh,
straight.
you're.
Well,
But it's the only letter,
is
it's
on
the
an
only letter that
iPad
looks similar.
or
So I'm
something.
showing the
But that-
differences on that one.
Thing is cut off, but look at the top, the end of the check mark. You see that?
Isn't the one on the right, is that digital?
Yes.
Yes.
Was that recorded digitally?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
then it always trails off, I
Yeah.
mean, stuff like that.
Yep.
I
I
wouldn't know.
mean, even the separation
Mm-hmm.
of the, initials, it's not like it's a different name or an elongated version of the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's do a roll call on it. Okay.
Tom's the tiebreaker.
Chairman Engel?
No,
Commissioner
not
Frankel?
to accept.
Yes to accept.
Commissioner Katz?
No,
Commissioner Moskowitz?
We'll do a little one.
Yes.
Commissioner Jello?
Yes.
Commissioner Benjavenga?
No,
No.
Here we go. Case of 3-3.
We send it to the,
send it to the judge.
send it to the judge.
To the judge. I can check.
I leave this open.
I think that, don't we send a letter for this one?
No, they get a cure letter and they.
Don't get a
they-
cure
already
letter.
sent it.
Cure letter, ridiculous.
Did they already send
Go
the
to
cure
the
letter?
judge.
No, not yet.
no.
So then let's send the cure letter.
They get a cure letter first, right?
They'll get
Not
a
on
cure
it.
letter.
So we're
Not
gonna,
But not on,
3-3.
if you want us
not
to
on a
send it.
3-3, then I will,
Right.
look, I will change my vote to make it
So they can send it.
negative so they can send the cure letter. I
Okay.
think that would be
Okay.
best, and I am probably the most comfortable saying that, to change it negative.
Okay.
While I have the floor, Madam Chair, could I just make a statement to the public? I am expecting some persons coming to my home this evening. If I am seen on my phone texting at all, it's because they're coming from another state, and they're keeping me informed about the time, and I don't want there to be any issue, since we might have had that in the past. Thank you, everyone, for your consideration.
Sharonda, that's reject.
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Cure letter.
This is the cure letter.
Yep.
Okay. Just like.
Okay, I don't think so. dear.
Okay.
Is that it? That's it, right?
we
So,
have these here.
that's it for signatures. Can I have those? The signatures? Please.
I don't know what I got.
Thank you.
Let me see the Cure letter. Cure letter.
Yes. They're all on there. I think those are more ballots, right?
Yeah, those are them all.
I haven't.
I'm gonna leave them this way.
These are all marked. You gotta put them underneath there.
Yeah.
So we're now gonna look at marked ballots.
Okay.
Gotta take the envelope.
Oh, she took one at a time.
You gotta show
Here it is.
the reason.
Here, it says,
Is it a name?
it's initial.
No, right?
Yes, correct, it's initial,
Oh, he changed it initially.
yes.
No.
We understand why they did it.
Why don't I just keep
Nevertheless,
pulling
it's
them
up?
important to
Unacceptable,
identify.
right.
Shoot, I don't wanna save her thing, huh?
Right?
Keep pulling
Yeah.
out and doing it.
No, no.
You should probably
Where's
sit
the
next to me,
envelope?
right here.
No, give it to me. Look at
You
them.
should probably sit here.
I'm gonna take them out. Can I have it?
This is
All
the
right.
first, I mentioned this many times before, this is the most impressive part.
No,
Where's
that
the
one
one?
goes onto here. That one goes to this, where this is part of that.
You just hand it to me and then I'll
But
put it
she
back
would
in.
throw that out anyway, wouldn't it?
All right.
Okay.
It wouldn't necessarily.
You just hand it
maybe
to me,
not,
it's
no.
easier that
It
way.
looks for what's
Okay.
within the box.
Okay.
No, it's not.
But then if he's voting for two,
That's
it's fine,
right.
just.
That's.
Okay?
No.
Thanks.
Oh, there you go. Oops.
Okay.
Is that the voter? The voter signs
It
it?
says like
No, it's
Anthony or
marked.
something, it says
Marked.
it's a name.
Reject. You can't get more of a marked ballot when the voter signs the name on it. Mark.
Keep it this close to me, so we can have
I'm back.
Okay. Move everybody over then.
Sorry.
Everybody circle to the left. Okay. I'll still pass it to you after.
Yeah.
Where are we going? This way? Again.
Mark. Mark.
Can we move that over? Kind of angle it that way a little bit?
Where? Which one?
Screen.
Oh,
She had a comment about a question.
no, hunting game.
Mark, right?
Mark has.
Yeah.
They could people do
Which way are we going? This way?
I'm giving it to you.
Okay.
Mark.
Really?
Agreed.
But that's one that would definitely be bounced, right?
Yeah, but they, who's gonna do it?
Look at this one.
Mark.
Really?
I'm going to take him out and give it to you. Is that what
Okay, want to do that?
Which way am I going to do? Put him
You're
here?
giving it to me.
How do I put him?
It's identified.
Try the north
It
end.
is?
Oh, whatever.
Like this, do it. Oops. Then hand them to me, you can.
It's like,
Right.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's IN.
I don't know what that is.
Mark,
Mark.
You'll just take a step.
No, that's okay, that's fine.
I think they were just reminding
can
themselves the
pull the last
person was
one.
already on
Okay,
board.
going out?
No good.
Why don't we go this far? I'm going to put him here, okay? That's how to do. I want to give him short.
So what?
I want to give him to you.
I can go over that and then go. It's fine.
Mark.
Okay.
You look at that.
It's always
Huh?
It's very,
voting.
very frustrating.
It just
Some
makes
of
no
these we know, we
sense,
think we know
though.
what they mean, but they're just not doing it right.
It's not me.
That's Mark, I don't know what they
This is good.
Maybe they're coming to you, this is it.
How important is that? We'll
I
get
think it says ER.
Is that
Where are you
initial?
looking at?
Their initials.
Look at the S, right?
Oh.
They are definitely
Their
initials.
initial,
It's a clear ER on both.
Yes, I know.
marked.
Yeah,
Ink bled through.
yeah,
Look on the other side.
That's the vote, the way you're supposed
Oh.
to vote. This is the opposite, the backside.
Yeah, we accept them when they lead through, but she wrote on it,
She wrote on it.
so we didn't do that.
Mark.
It's gone.
Marked.
We should do pictures of it. My mistake, I only want,
I'm sorry.
okay, sorry about that.
No, but I can't hear what they're saying.
When did you do that?
No, I didn't hear what they said. Initials.
Again,
Yeah.
marked.
Yes, initial.
Mark.
Again.
Initial.
Good,
I
yeah.
believe it's initials, yes.
okay, Tom, that's good.
No.
Oh, is it upside down?
Initial.
Oh, sorry.
I saw the initials.
Okay.
Marked. Also
Initials.
marked. Initial. marked.
Initials, yeah. Initials again.
Mark.
Yeah.
The last new one, they did it real fast. Didn't realize you made a mistake, you get them in the mail.
Mark.
That's initials at the top.
Ah,
Gee, how is it?
No,
Marked. Yeah, it's marked.
no,
Yes.
yes, no, or yes?
Yeah.
Mark.
It's marked.
You guys, are you guys?
Mark.
Hate to see people wasting their vote.
Yeah, I agree.
Just make the other person.
I don't know. Oh,
Same thing.
here's initials.
Yeah,
initial.
Yeah,
and a name written out on the other.
That's a write-in,
that could be.
that's a write-in,
Okay,
but that's an initial on the
Yeah,
side.
and it's really not a write-in because they already voted for at least one or two, there's one seat, and they voted for three.
okay.
I'm not sure what, oh,
Okay.
Oh, wow. Color in the dots, they listen good.
can I do it this way? Is that better?
And the check.
There you go.
Don?
I think it's marked. I'd like not to say it's marked, but I think it's marked.
I think it's marked.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh, okay, sorry. I didn't see you nodding. Oh, good,
Marked.
yeah, all right.
Initials, initials. I'm gonna go this way.
What the heck?
I don't like it either.
And
I
go
just
here.
decided not to vote. What the heck, you just wasted fun and take a close opinion when it was already done, so.
I think maybe because it says no. Oh, damn thing. You see it? Oh, there it is.
Oh, they didn't have a personal choice.
But you didn't vote on any other one,
No.
either.
And then you got this on
See
the
other
side.
like,
Yeah,
School board.
I think
Oh,
it's
no,
marked.
that's marked, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that,
that's
now
marked.
that side is. But he didn't pick anything, so he didn't vote anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So that's a no? The next
No.
one?
No.
I admit that.
Mark? Mark? Mark?
Yeah. Oh, that's, no.
That's fine. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's no.
Yeah, marked.
Thanks. Sorry, none,
You have allowed that in the last couple elections.
yeah.
If that's, is that the only thing?
That's it, just that, that's why it was held aside.
Yeah, we did
Personal
allow
choice.
that.
We did allow,
Yeah.
we did allow
We
that.
did.
If we only did it in a personal choice,
Where it was like no or none or nobody.
Yeah.
if there's
Right.
nothing else,
We were,
yes.
we were,
Yeah, I think we should accept that one.
Yeah, and then he did have one choice that he wanted, so
Yeah.
it should count.
make the lines from like slogans or organizations or things a little more fine.
No,
That's what we
no.
know.
Sean, you want me to go in there and do that?
No.
I'll start.
Okay,
No.
no cheating.
Writing a letter there.
Maybe I'll come read it. Oh, this one he's correcting the Spanish,
Legislator.
this one he's correcting the Spanish on the,
To make everybody feel better, especially our new commissioners, these people that are making a mistake
I
crossed
believe he's
out
correcting the
initially,
Spanish.
Oh,
put themselves
really?
into the polls and voted provisionally.
Is this marking up the ballot or is
He's
this?
correcting,
He's
he
correcting
thinks
Spanish
the
translation.
Spanish that was written there is incorrect.
He, she, I don't know who it is.
So that's a tough one, folks.
It's a
Is that
Perth
on the
Amboy
front of the
ballot. It's a Perth Amboy ballot.
What do you think?
I think it's a reject.
Really?
Is that the front of the ballot? Yeah.
There's nothing else marked on the ballot, right, Linda?
That's it.
Just the Spanish correction.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, there's no
But,
people
but that's the
voted for
same
it?
thing, if, you know, if they,
I get
if they
it.
cross
It's
something else in
identifiable,
initial,
though.
then
It's
it's identifiable. It's a reject. Not-
Even though we don't even get it.
Right.
Was he correct on, he was correct
Which one
on
was
his correction?
That's a tough one though for me. Okay,
And I have more stuff over here.
Oh.
Correction.
in case you
Correct
missed it, let me
arrow.
just tell you. Forget it.
And you know, it's
For
so
Pappas,
sad, these
and then they
people
wrote
really,
in,
you know,
too,
making
when they
sure
wrote in
that they corrected it so it's right and it gets
They
reflected.
picked
It's sad.
Pappas,
Like you said, this is
Then they
sad.
picked someone else, crossed it out, like, then they wrote Pappas in again.
I didn't do that line, so that-
It's-
It's
it's
No,
rejection.
it's reject. Yes, no.
Board of Education side. Is it
Just
any?
not
And
like
A,
voting, but-
not applicable, is there something further to the right or just a line?
Line.
That's it.
It's a reject.
How was
it's
the other
identifiable.
side? Dude? What?
Reject.
Isn't that like a none? If you do none, it's the same thing, right?
If they did that in a personal choice column, that's different. Not in a personal choice
Initials.
column.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know what they're
I
saying.
don't
it's
have time to
rejected.
read it, though.
Yes, it's
I don't
rejected.
know.
It was the worst of times, it was the best of times.
Check.
It's in your personal
It's a
choice
personal
column.
choice, but they didn't vote on the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
Number one.
Nothing else on there, Linda,
But
on the
they
bottom?
they
No?
vote in the circle.
For the.
I would accept
I'd
that.
accept
I
that.
do that too.
You put a label.
No, no.
Hackett Moore, that's
Wait, but where was
five.
he born though? He didn't include that information. So we can't be sure it's the real.
Could have somebody else's back. State initial reject.
I don't know.
No.
Reject. None of the above.
That's a reject.
Reject. Reject.
That's a reject.
That's it. Reject.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Why, that was a mistake. That's right.
That's in my state.
He was kidding when he said
Ah.
Yes, that was it. That was a commissioner joke.
a poor one perhaps?
Poor one.
Still,
Yes.
still.
Reject.
No.
Okay.
No, it says yes. Oh, no.
Reject.
That's a fun name. What is it?
Something to reject.
Okay. Love is the answer.
Okay. Love is what? Love is the answer.
What we want to know now is what's the question?
Oh my God, so I've been messing around with it.
I didn't know there was a Joseph Love on the ballot.
Where is it?
Or Daniel.
I was gonna say Geraldine.
Yes.
That's not a marked ballot.
What is it? No?
I'll show you. I'm just trying to figure where they're saying the marked is. I'm assuming this is what they're talking about. It's not really upside down.
I think they voted more, but is that that's the only thing that reflects, what about
That's
the other
it.
one? Are
That's
the
the
other
only
votes,
thing-
are the other votes done the same way, or they?
That's something I can figure out why it's marked. There's not enough in that circle on the right, on the oval, no, to even.
Okay, Linda, the question was, were the other nominations
Yeah, were the
circled
other-
in or
how
X?
did the person
What?
vote for the other?
Just to
Okay.
see if they did the same thing.
Over here,
Not on the back.
On the other side?
nothing there,
See how they did.
and they,
They circled it properly.
yeah, everything's fine.
I would accept that.
Oh,
Donald Trump.
No,
Oh,
a
wait,
minute.
there you go.
Oh, no, that's.
Oh, that's
personal choice.
okay?
That's for council. The back is school board.
Yeah, I would accept that.
What's the guy's name? Al Whitman?
That's, no, it's the only thing I can figure out why it's in the file.
I would accept.
Seth?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
okay.
accept that. Sure.
Yeah, big Seth. Put it through.
It's actually well.
You said a few.
I turned it over to
Yeah,
what?
do two of these for session, we can go.
Initials.
No
That's
good.
initials. No, so reject.
No.
Scribbly. The kid looks like the kid at home.
Sorry, I can't get it.
Doesn't it? Looks like one of their kids'
Yeah,
favorite little.
exactly.
Tested the pen, I think.
That's a bye-bye.
I think there's a website on the bottom, or something on the bottom that, oh, I want
I won.
Reject.
all Republican, no Dem.
I want all Republicans, no doubts.
April, haven't we
Well,
spoken
then
to you
just
about
circle
this
the
kind of
Republicans, just
thing?
fill in the sticks for the Republicans, don't do it that way, because you're gonna reject it.
Initials. Initials by the name?
Yeah.
It's getting dark in
Such a
here.
natural thing to do.
Why is it so
isn't
dark?
To initial.
I think that's that light.
Ignore. This is incorrect.
More initials, right?
Reject.
It looks like it's initial. Initial.
Reject.
Okay.
I don't know why they put this in here because they're ripped.
It should be. I think these are just because of circles.
You've also accepted those in the past as well.
Yes.
I'm gonna take that one.
But we
Yeah, that's
also,
why I'm not
I
sitting
would
here.
accept that.
I know it's
Should
sideways.
we kick it out, right?
Is there anything else wrong with this?
That's the only thing I can see why it's in here.
what about the other side? Is that done the same way?
There's no votes on the other side.
Okay.
That way,
Wait, which one is that? Did I give you?
or that way.
And nothing in the box, the proposed
Nothing.
box?
No.
Nothing. It's just this.
I don't understand, you accept the circle on that part, but yet you won't accept the squiggly mistake probably made by a kid in another part.
I would accept that.
I know. But I mean, you would accept that, but you wouldn't accept that squiggly thing, just that, you know, look like some kid wrote on it.
You see, the ovals are all filled in, that's what counts.
Factory remade.
That's what the machine will pick up, the counter.
If you recall from our discussions last year regarding
They're
that,
taking
that
this?
the
I think that one
DOT
is-
said squiggles.
No, I
This
just
one
gave
shouldn't
that,
be in
so-
here. This one should
People
be.
testing out the pen would be okay. Because if you thought the squiggle or the design was meant to mark the ballot any demotion, that you would object.
And a squiggle that looks like about an inch and a half worth of squiggling is different than
Much better.
Or-
Anyway, I would accept
Or
it
it's
too.
in the eye of the beholder.
Looks like that would.
Are you nodding?
Except.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not.
Let's
Oh,
accept.
four? Okay.
Okay.
No, yes?
Accept.
I'm reluctant to accept.
Oh,
Let's see. Oh, nice.
Okay.
That's a
That's
new
his,
name.
that's his or her personal choice, that was good.
There wasn't anything else circled, right?
Let's
I mean,
see it.
Joking,
Right,
right?
there's
Nothing
nothing
else
else
on
on
it?
it, just that in the personal choice?
Was that the only one there?
No, there's one in the front.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah.
There's something else other than that, other than,
yeah, I guess he can. Can he see what that says?
Oh, what
That
happened?
is,
Can you
there's
see
no
it?
duplicate of anything
Is
else?
there more?
Go to column A
yeah,
for a second, please.
everything
down.
else is voted.
That's his personal choice, I guess.
There's nothing, the top line is,
Same
yeah,
thing in the back, it's nothing special, nothing extra.
we gotta accept that.
Yeah. His personal choices that Murphy sucks.
Yeah, you got
His or her
there.
personal choices that Murphy sucks.
And you
Oh, I
got there.
accept it.
No choice.
What happened to this thing?
You have to hit that
You
light.
accepted that.
I don't know that person.
Because it's dark in here.
So we're accepting it, right?
Yeah.
We're accepting it, Linda.
Accepting? Okay. Did somebody, can we put a light on, you think? Can you guys see it clear?
Accepting this?
You're accepting.
Yes.
They're accepting that?
We don't know the choice we had.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh, thank you. I can't see.
That's
It's either initials or it's ha-ha.
Yeah.
It might be ha-ha.
That's a reject.
Reject.
Didn't you accept the one that said none on it?
That was none of the, nobody, none
Oh,
of
nobody
them were
was
selected.
voted.
So
Okay,
it's a personal
gotcha.
choice.
Yes,
And they
yes,
could write
yes,
Mickey
yes, you're
Mouse.
right.
and we would have it
Reject.
down the
Those
bottom.
are initials, I believe, over here.
We have no
Because
idea.
they got a G on it.
Okay?
Reject.
Oh, maybe.
No, we know.
I don't know what they wrote. but it's reject.
Incumbent, not sure.
Reject.
Second term. He's probably explaining to somebody.
Initials.
And more initials.
Initials.
Same thing,
Yeah.
reject.
These are the- assuming it's all the X's is why it's in here.
Okay, remember, we just took a whole row of X's.
No ovals, the ovals weren't colored in.
Oh, the circles were colored in.
They were not in this one.
You're absolutely
Move it
right.
down a little further, I thought there was some initials too. There was something at the,
Commissioners, what do you think?
If I do it this way, is it better? You can see it.
I agree with you.
Sideways,
It
Mentioned
looks
it.
like they're voting for both columns. See the latter part there?
They
The
split their
middle part.
vote.
Yeah. Is it better that way or is it worse?
But Dan pointed out that on the other one that we accepted with the big X's, the circles were filled in.
right,
Filled in, right.
So this is not. So I think we count this as a
Yeah, I would
marked
reject
ballot.
that.
yeah,
Because they were marking it as opposed to choosing.
yeah.
What do you think?
It's gonna be yes, I think we would reject it. The machine is gonna
We
random.
had one with X before that had.
Most of those won't be
But the oval
accepted.
was-
either.
It had the circles filled in.
That's not enough in the oval.
Sylvia?
No, I'm rejecting.
Dan?
Okay.
Don?
Yeah, reject.
Okay.
Is that a name? What is that?
Another,
Can't see what it is.
Not,
No, he wrote on it.
not her,
Reject.
Yeah.
reject.
Oh,
are you chuckling, Linda?
they said sorry over
Oh.
there.
Oh, got it dirty.
Yeah.
I hate to say that because someone was polite, we have to reject it, but we have to reject it.
Well, it's a fingerprint, isn't it?
I look like what, somebody's, yeah, dirty fingerprint.
I think Char's on break.
No, it's, that is,
Reject.
I did my job.
Thanks,
no,
Char.
rejected. Initial?
Initials. She's actually pretty good, one arm.
Do something on the top.
What the heck is it?
It's very hot in here now.
Oh,
See?
Error.
No,
Error.
that's
Writing.
Yeah, reject.
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 Hold on, what is that? The name?
I keep going this in my head because are they really
Oh.
saying it?
Not crop or
None.
whatever. Mr. Rotary, did you catch that? Christo's name was all scratched out.
Yes, no?
Your buddy,
No.
council meeting.
That's a no? Initials, I think those are initials.
Where?
Can you see the initials here, 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 here?
No, okay.
Or it says no, maybe it says no.
No,
Yeah, it says
no.
no. Yeah, I think it says no.
When you have, no.
No.
I'm gonna do it.
Who shot you?
That's over there, right?
I know.
Oh, I am.
Oh, no. I don't know that.
Yeah.
Had to get mine done.
Reject.
Jack's initials, Dennis, J. Albany.
Tomorrow, right?
One, what's that?
Reject.
Not
Oh,
any
the side of it, should say nothing.
Yeah.
of these, what?
Goodbye, goodbye, Val.
Any of these jokesters?
I don't know what it says.
It looks like an initial too,
Initials,
doesn't
yep.
it? An R.
Yeah. Yep.
That's school board, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, those aren't colored.
Woodbridge.
Is there anything on the?
Anything on the front?
Well, you got this here.
Yeah, the ovals are covered on those two, but not on the three that are circles, folks.
Reject.
Yeah,
Rejected the other ones.
yes.
Voting for these, please. Excuse me, did we discuss please? Does that change it?
Is it no?
No, it's a
That was
polite.
in the same categories, I'm sorry.
Okay, no good.
No good.
Maybe.
Reject.
No. Can't go this weekend and get glasses with prisons. Double vision.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lesser of two
Lesser
evils.
of two evils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack.
Okay. And, did that say envelope? It doesn't matter, but I mean, is that what it said?
I don't know what it says.
Okay.
Maybe it's a name. Oh. It's your thing. These are primary ballots that were in the general.
You mean
The
people
ballot
that-
inside is the primary.
So they kept the ballot from since June,
Correct.
July,
Could have
whatever.
been
we had a
2020.
primary.
And that's primary.
They
Correct.
put it in general election.
These are all
Do
primary.
we have to make a motion?
Seconded.
Donna, did you make? Oh.
Someone, you seconded it. Did
I
someone
thought
make
you
it?
made the motion.
So I just said,
do
do
we
we have to make a motion?
Okay, I move that we reject the ballots
Primary?
that were
primary.
primary ballots, people that submitted primary ballots.
Seconded.
Yeah.
How many were there? Roughly.
I saw at least two when we were in
It
the.
looked-
me
that-
too.
that
Right?
pile looks-
I
about
saw,
how-
I saw one.
How
about
many were
how
there?
many people did that?
What, primary?
Primary.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, is that, looks like
You guys
10 or
want me to
15
count them?
maybe. No, it's, I know if anyone wants more, looks like 10 or 15.
Take a guess.
That's a lot.
20.
Well, you saved their ballots, great.
And then they ignored the
10.
general election ballot, right?
This is an education.
20.
That'll come next year.
19.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe the primary.
I get the prize.
2022.
So we all
Oh,
agree
sure,
to,
Price is
Yeah.
right, I'm gonna lose.
Go over.
Okay.
We're done.
can we
That's
just,
it?
how many did we accept out of that last batch?
I think it was 3 or 4.
This back, the whole thing?
Yeah.
1,
That one.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Are you here for, do you have any challenges that you're here for? You're just,
No.
you were just watching us do this exciting
No,
thing?
it's just, it's
You were in the neighborhood, photo jump
just,
on it?
just a concerned citizen, just trying to watch government at its finest.
Okay.
Don't we have the rest of the meeting?
Hold on, yes, we do.
All right. Coming back?
Yeah, all people, yeah.
Is there any more business?
Tom?
Do you have more business?
Well, we have
Yeah, just a
we have
couple
public
more.
portion.
Commissioner comments in public.
You're not voting on anything else, then?
There might be one more issue. It's done. Dan, you
Sorry, I don't.
Tom wants to talk about it.
Okay.
Hi, Commissioner. Listen, I just wanted to kind of raise something with you, just in terms of maybe just a preventative measure, or just something that we want to kind of maybe tie off today would be with the, if you want to say, connectivity issues on Tuesday, whether or not poll workers used emergency ballots in some situations in some polling locations. And out of maybe an abundance of caution and the ability to have all ballots in front of you to be determined before the certification of the election, I'm kind of requesting to you if I could seek through the AG a court order for the warehouse to kind of go through the back of the voting machines. Again, in situations where emergency ballots are used, they're usually then put into the back of the voting machine
Yes.
as needed.
I
Now,
know
usually,
a couple of cases.
we're made aware of that and we can kind of determine that machine, but, again, I think this is kind of anecdotal and speculative. Again, if there might be none, but again, out of an abundance of caution, asking if that was.
So we're looking for, you're suggesting that we have the AG get a court order and check it, and then we would report that there's X number of emergency ballots in X machines.
Or, and again, I
You have
just.
to, right, no,
If there's
there
any,
is
if there is any.
X number and a particular machine or location where it is from.
Yeah, I think we should vote on that.
Well, we're not voting to count them, we're really voting to
we're voting to
let people know.
Send to the
We'll give Tom,
Attorney General.
give Tom the authority to talk to the
Yes.
Attorney General too. I'll make that motion.
Seconded.
Second. Maria, roll call.
Chairman Engel?
Yes.
Commissioner Franklin?
Yes.
Commissioner Katz?
Yes.
Commissioner Moskowitz?
Yes.
Commissioner Jallo?
Yes.
Commissioner Benjamin?
Yes.
Thanks, Donna.
Thank you.
Any further comments from the commissioners?
There are a lot of things about this election that I'm sure we're all unhappy with. some of them could have been preventable, but we'll wait for this until at least after the
Review.
meeting. I'll wait for this until our next meeting, because stuff is still coming in.
That's it? Done?
Yeah, that's it.
Anybody else? No? Public?
Yes, please.
Mr. Craddock.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Charles Cradaville, New Brunswick, the editor of New Brunswick Today, community newspaper, available online at newbrunswicktoday.com. Let me start by saying I have great respect for every employee of this board that I've ever dealt with, including Mr. Lynch. And, I come to these meetings to give you my honest thoughts and feelings and what I'm hearing from the people I talk to. And from what I'm hearing, early voting was a huge success. And Election Day was a huge disaster. Can anyone tell me how many towns were affected by the aforementioned connectivity problems with the voting equipment?
We have to defer to Tom, you know?
I wouldn't want to make an answer to that, because again, all the facts are not present.
Okay. Respect that. I'll state that I'm aware that my polling place had troubles for multiple hours. That's New Brunswick, of course. I've seen the mayor of Dunellen post about these issues in that community. I've seen the borough of Metuchen post about these.
If I may, I
Yes.
will say that there were problems in these issues in many towns, and it was statewide, and it was a state, and in this particular thing, it was a state flub. In terms of the equipment that caused it was provided by the state, we told what to do with it.
Right, as we discussed at the last meeting, and I'll get to that in a second, but just continuing with my remarks, Middlesex Borough, the governor mentioned today that Middlesex Borough was a place that also experienced this problem, so that's 4 that I know of out of the 25 towns in Middlesex County. Does anybody know of a town where there wasn't connectivity problems?
If they didn't have a problem, no one was going to call us and say, I just wanted to call you and let you know we're not having any problems. I don't
Sure.
think anybody, did anybody get a call like that?
No.
Okay.
I only hear complaints.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I continue to learn a lot from attending these meetings, and I want to learn more, so maybe somebody can tell me what's the difference between a provisional ballot and an emergency ballot?
An emergency ballot is when the machine fails. They go to the emergency ballot. Provisional ballot is if somebody comes into the poll, they're not registered, and they want to vote, we give them a provisional ballot.
Okay, and
Or if they're not in the system, I should say.
but they're both paper ballots, right?
They're paper
Or
ballots.
is there something to do with now the ES&S machines, you put the provisionals in there now, or is that not? The provisionals are still the same way, they're just like the mail-in, is that correct?
No.
Well, we haven't even
What do you mean
started
by-
on them yet.
No, the provisionals, if everything had worked, the provisionals would have come out of the machine the same.
So now the machines are responsible for doing the provisionals, which is a huge change. And what it sounds like is it didn't work. Is
Some
that,
towns, yeah.
There should have been paper provisional ballots in the polling place in addition to the machine part of provisional ballots.
okay, and it
That was
sounds,
not there in the morning, at least.
sounds like some polling places, maybe all, did not have
As
the.
far as I know, no polling places had paper provisional
In the
ballots
morning.
in the morning.
Okay, so in that situation where the machines are not working for whatever reason, there's no paper provisional ballots, wouldn't it be appropriate to use emergency ballots? Is it true that places didn't have emergency ballots? Is it true that the AGs told you that you're not supposed to, this is not an emergency, this doesn't rise to that level, and you're not supposed to use the emergency ballots? Is that true?
I don't think the commissioners can comment on what the
we-
AG say.
we don't
but
know
I
at
will
this
say
point.
that there were emergency ballots in every polling location.
Okay, and some of them were used, you believe?
And again, we won't know until we actually open up the provisional ballots to see if the emergencies were assigned.
Okay, so maybe some provisional ballots were cast. Were there eventually
Emergency ballots.
provisionals brought to polling
Yes,
places?
there were. The clerks did.
Took a few hours probably before that was resolved. Now, getting to the issue of what equipment is to blame, I want to thank Commissioner Frankel for explaining to me last time what his knowledge of the situation was. But I did speak to an expert in network technology, and they said the Netgear Nighthawk routers are good. And it's my understanding that routers don't just connect to servers and download data on their own. So if what was stated by the two of the commissioners is true, and the routers were in fact repeatedly and unnecessarily trying to download SVRS data every time a voter checked in, that would be a function of the device connected to the router rather than the router itself, in this case, the electronic poll book. Can anybody comment on what you know about what devices are to blame?
Your time is up, Charlie. You can come back for 3 more minutes.
Okay, I'll just wait to hear the answer first, and then I'll come back. So what device was to blame, or devices?
Oh, we don't really know that.
Again, I'll comment in that I think it's too premature to come to a resolution of what was the issue on election day, whether it was the router, whether it was not the data that was coming to the router. I will say that, poll books across the state from different vendors experience similar issues in different counties. So again, it's something premature to kind of come to an absolute conclusion on, but something that, as Commissioner Frankel said, is something that will be reviewed by Middlesex County and all counties and the state.
Okay, I'd like to speak for another minute or so. So yeah, thank you for that, and I do understand that it's going to take time to get to the bottom of this. I am frustrated that there's not more information available now. Through the chair for Mr. Lynch, would it be fair to say these problems were widespread?
I really can't answer that. I don't know. Can we speak for Middlesex County?
Right, would it be fair to say they were widespread in Middlesex County?
Well, there were some towns. I don't know how many.
Right, that's my first
We'll
question.
have these answers in the future.
Any idea when?
Hopefully by the next meeting, maybe.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Just because I know Mr. Lynch knows his stuff, through you, could we ask Mr. Lynch whether he thinks it's fair to say these problems were widespread?
Again, I wouldn't want to characterize anything too early. Again, for me, I'm at this point, I know since a lot for election day, but I'm concentrating on the ballots and making sure the provisionals are all counted. I know there's been a lot of communications or office, but I still need to go through, discuss with our clerks, discuss with our vendor, discuss with the state some of the issues that that you're highlighting, stuff like that. So,
sure.
Again, for possibly the next meeting, to kind of start the conversation moving forward.
Okay. Well, just adding to the frustration is the fact that I'm not just bothering you. I've reached out to the Secretary of State through the proper channels for media to get answers, and that has gone radio silent since Election Day. As a result, I raised this to the governor today, and the governor downplayed it. He said that there were a couple of communities that were affected, and it's not fair to say it's widespread. And just from what I'm hearing, just in my circles, I know of 4 towns at least that had the problem, and it sounds like there might be more here in Middlesex alone. It sounds like that's not fair or accurate to say, and I want to make sure that the people, the voters, have accurate and fair information. As much as you want people to have faith in the integrity of the elections, I also want that. But we can only have that if we're being honest about the realities of what did or didn't happen on Tuesday. And so I'm going to continue to press for answers. I'll hopefully be at your next meeting with more questions. But in the meantime, feel free, if any of you know anything, to call me or email me. And certainly, Mr. Lynch, if you have anything to share as you learn more, I would welcome that so that I can share it with the world in a way that's going to be fair and honest, because that's what we need at this point. There's too much people trying to muddy the waters and make people lose faith in the electoral system. I'm not that guy. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, and I hope that you can help me. Thank you.
Say the world. Expanding your readership.
Okay. Anybody else from the public? Mr. Norsworth? No? All right, we'll have a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Enjoy the weekend, everyone.
Also.
Roll call.